Dylan joins us now. Dylan, we appreciate you joining the show. Thanks for taking the time. Listen, every time EJ and I see these Sabres unis, we're just like, man, those are nice.
Love them.
You and the boys like the unis as much as we do because you scored your first goal in my favorite jersey this year.
Oh, yeah. The new jerseys, they're super nice. I think we're all really excited to wear them this year. Obviously disappointed we can't wear them in front of fans, but you know, they look real good.
All right, do you like the white or the blue better? I like the white, but I'll accept it if you like the blue.
I think I got to go with the blue.
I'm with you.
All right. Well, listen, how has the transition been for you into the National Hockey League now? It looks like, as Jackie mentioned, it seems like you've picked up right where you left off at the World Juniors when you did so well for Team Canada. How have these first several games at the NHL level been from your perspective?
Yeah, I think the World Juniors was huge for me, just to get my body into game shape, get my mind going at a high pace again and get used to playing hockey. I think it was huge just coming off that and getting to come right into, you know, the NHL at the top of my game was really big for me. So, you know, I look at the World Juniors as a huge positive, not just to play again, but to prepare myself for the NHL.
Dylan, you're coming off a big win last night, and you have a few high-impact players in Taylor Hall and Jack Eichel. Have you learned anything from these guys in the early going yet?
Yeah, I mean, just watching them play and know what they do off the ice, there's so much I can learn from guys like that. Just how they take care of their bodies, you know, the little things they work on. So, I mean, I've only been here a few weeks, but, you know, I'm going to learn as much as I can from them throughout the whole season.
I'm going to follow up on that. What's it like in practice when you're around guys like that? Are you asking them tips? Or are you kind of just like exchanging information? How do those conversations sort of go? Or do you just watch and try to learn that way?
Yeah, I don't want to bug them too much. You know, just kind of watch it and pick up on the little things they do. I think that's the biggest thing.
Oh, bother that Jack Eichel. He loves to be bothered. Now, well, dude, you do what you think is best. I think you're probably taking the right approach. I wanted to ask you, go back to the World Juniors. With Team Canada, you guys had to have kind of a crazy quarantine leading up to even participate in that tournament. What was that like for you? It was kind of like several weeks together, right, before you could even get to play.
Yeah, we came into camp really early. November 16th was the first day. And then I think after about a week or so, 2 players tested positive. So we all had to go into quarantine for 2 weeks. And it was a strict quarantine. Like, we didn't leave our hotel rooms. So obviously that was tough, but you know, we used that time to bring the team closer together and just, you know, do activities over Zoom, do Zoom workouts. But, you know, it obviously wasn't fun. And then when we got to Edmonton, we had to do 5 more days. So the total in 19 quarantine days. But, you know, looking back on it, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, I'm happy.
Dylan, you scored your second goal last night, and some players do, some don't. They put goals out there for themselves in their first season or any season, really. Did you have a goal or a mindset coming into this year of what kind of production you felt you could produce for the Buffalo Sabres this year in the National Hockey League?
Yeah, well, my first goal was obviously just making the team. You know, I wanted to show that I'm ready to play in the NHL and ready to play at this level. I don't really have too many expectations statistically wise. I just want to go out and play every night and, you know, prove that I deserve a spot in the lineup every game.
Well, you're certainly proving that it was a solid choice by the coaching staff to put you in there with 2 goals already. I want to ask you this, Dylan. You're from Whitehorse. There's only a few players that have made the NHL from there. Growing up there, who were your idols? Who did you love to watch? Who did you want to be like when you were a kid?
Yeah, my favorite player growing up was Jonathan Toews. You know, just the kind of guy he is on and off the ice. You know, he's someone who I looked up to a lot. My favorite team was the Blackhawks growing up, so I saw him as a guy, you know, that I could look up to.
Yeah, that's a good choice, and he's done a little winning in his life so far, so that's a good guy to follow. I want to ask you also, from these first bunch of games, I mean, you've had a couple of games, several games, the Washington Capitals already. The first 2, at least, you had Ovechkin, Kuznetsov, all those guys out there. You're making your NHL debut. How was that for you to look over and see Ovi skating by and Kuznetsov skating by and to see all these guys I'm sure you've watched at the NHL level for a long time?
Yeah, it is surreal for sure. I think the moment it really set in was in warm-ups. You know, I just was looking across the other side and I saw Ovechkin there just skating with his helmet off, and I just like, holy, like that's Alex Ovechkin. It was a little crazy. It really kind of set in that I'm playing against these guys now.
Yeah, that would be, listen, the first time I saw Ovi in person, I was like, oh my God, that's Alex Ovechkin.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So a feeling shared by many,
Yeah.
I'm sure, the first time they are on the ice with the Great Eight. Listen, Dylan, congratulations on the solid start, on making the team, and we really do appreciate you taking the time to join the show. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.